Scott Shannon.
Wait a minute. Jim, could you come back up here? You forgot your damn gift bag. Forgot your gift bag. After what you had to say, that was beautiful. Come get your gift bag. Thank you, Tom. I gotta tell you what, I've never worked with anybody in my career like Tom Cuddy. Very special man. I wish I'd have met him a lot earlier in my career, but I remember when Tom and Mitch brought me in. I said, well, who's this guy? He said, that's Tom Cuddy. I said, what's he do? He's your boss. I don't know him. You'll know him, you'll get to like him, and I did. I got to love the guy. We worked together many, many times, and one of the things that was so cool is that he's the most buttoned up detail guy I've ever seen in my life, in any business, and I've been in a lot of damn businesses, but it was just such a thrill to work with him. Sometimes we'd be in a meeting, I'd come up with some silly idea. The next day he'd call me and he'd say, you know that thing you want to do about rent and ride Playland, we got that all set up for 2 weeks. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you mentioned that to me, we got it all done. And that's the way it went. We had all kinds of great things. We did the Scott and Todd Diner Tour, where we went all over the 5 boroughs, and we brought artists with us. Some of them weren't current artists, however. Had the damn tokens one time. But at least, we heard The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And we had the China Club became my second home. I can't tell you how many superstars I introduced and Race introduced and our DJs introduced at the China Club. One morning we had breakfast with John Mellencamp, and it was 8:30 in the morning. And keep in mind that Mellencamp just had open heart surgery about 2 months earlier. We looked back and Todd said, look over there, he's lighting up a cigarette. That's a good idea. He went on and kicked ass, but we've had so many. Def Leppard over there, we had, and they mentioned, Alan Shaw mentioned Elton John. We decided to celebrate the anniversary of the album that was recorded at PLJ, so we had a special concert where he played the album one more time. It was, what was it, the 40th anniversary, I believe, and Elton John played it. We had Chicago and Central Park, and just one great concert, one great presentation after another. We had the up close and personals at the China Club. We had the Billy Joel up close and personal, where he just played a piano and talked about the songs, and it was so cool to hear him tell about Uptown Girl and how it was his tribute to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and so many great promotions like that. And we had a morning show that was very close for a long time. I happened to be lucky enough to work at PLJ 23 years. 22 of the best years of my life. And I worked with a wonderful bunch of people. When I got there, AJ Hammer was on the air. And just like Jim said, there was a connection across people. And I had lucky enough to have wonderful people in the morning. Naomi DiClemente, who's down here tonight. People still ask me, how is Naomi DiClemente? Everywhere I go, you hear that. Patty Steele, who's here tonight. Cooper Lawrence served time on our show. Also, my friend Brad Blanks is over here, the crazy Australian. Monkey Boy, my friend Joe Partavila is over here tonight. And who did I miss? Joe Nolan is here tonight. I missed Joe Nolan.
Your weather guy.
Bill Evans, who was our weather weasel over here, he's with us tonight. But it was a family. It was a wonderful family. We got a call one morning. This guy called the radio station. He said, hello, bloke. And I said, who are you? He said, I'm Brad Blanks. I'm here from Australia for a wedding. Oh, well, why the hell are you calling me? He said, because I want to be in radio. I think I could be on your show. And I said, well, what kind of experience have you had? He says, I'm a bookkeeper in Australia. I said, perfect, come on down. And I remember an experience of mine. I remember when the Stones played the Garden one night, and Tom finagled me to get an interview with Keith Richards. So his manager was a older woman, a little bit crabby. I think her name was Rose. And she said, all right, you get 10 minutes with him. You get back there. Don't ask him any goddamn embarrassing questions because he's in a bad mood. He's been sober for 2 weeks. I said, okay, thank you. So I went back at the back and I introduced myself. And I had a little recorder and I put it down there. And I noticed he had like a big glass of, looked like water, but it had no ice in it. And as the interview went along, I could smell it because I knew the smell of vodka. I was very familiar with that smell. And so finally, when the interview was over, I said, I just noticed you're drinking some vodka there. And he just about drank the whole glass while we were sitting there before they went on stage. He said, yeah, that's vodka. I said, well, Rose, tell me you were sober. She said, oh man, that means I'm not doing heroin. It was fun. It was a good time. Some people have sent me notes and asked me, oh man, aren't you happy what's happening to PLJ? And I said, what are you, nuts? I have so many close friends there, so many people that I hired, so many people that I worked with, and so many great memories of PLJ. It's terrible to see people be put out of work in any situation, but most of these people are wonderful, hard-working people, and I think they'll find some place in the business. There's always room for people who know what the hell they're doing, believe me. And as you know, I used to work there. I don't anymore, but I was lucky enough to find another job. And Patty and Brad still work with me. And Bill doesn't, but you never know. He'll screw that radio station up soon and he'll be back in the business. You never know. But I think Mitch wrote this wonderful, touching note mostly about Tom and about the station. And he ended it with a quote from Dr. Seuss. And it really touched me. I read it in the hotel room before I came over here. And it said, don't cry because it's over. Be happy that it happened. And I'm damn happy. Thank you, and I'm taking my gift bag.